You're watching NIC Teaming with Windows Server 2012. One of the ways to provide high availability is to do your best to try to reduce single point of failures. Single point of failures when you have one device, in our case a network interface card, and by having that one device fail, we now lose access to our resources and our services. By using NIC Teaming, we can add multiple network adapters to reduce that possibility. So what is NIC Teaming? Well, NIC Teaming is also known as NIC bonding or load balance and failover, and it's the ability for you to combine multiple network adapters in your server and team or combine them together to create one logical NIC that's going to be used by the Windows operating system. Now in doing so, we're going to provide better performance to your server by having multiple network adapters that we can balance the workload across, and we're going to provide fault tolerance in the event of a network card failure. Now in order for us to take advantage of the load balance and failover features, we will need a minimum of 2 network adapters per NIC team. Each NIC team can support a maximum of 32 network adapters, and each server can support multiple NIC teams. Now we mentioned an increase in performance, and here's what we try to do. With NIC Teaming, we're going to try to load balance as best as we can all the network traffic across all active NICs. So if we have 2 active NICs in our server that are part of one NIC team, we're going to load balance or distribute the workload between those 2 adapters. So now we may have gone from a single network adapter that's maybe running at 1 gigabit per second to 2 network adapters both running at 1 gigabit per second, but as a team they're running at a theoretical 2 gigabit per second limit. And if one of those network cards fail, well, the other one is still there, it's still running, and it's still handling both inbound and outbound traffic. So there's our fault tolerance. There's our ability to try to eliminate or at least reduce that single point of failure. Now in earlier versions of Windows Server, NIC Teaming was available. We just had to go through a third party, somebody like Intel or 3Com, to provide us both with the hardware as well as the NIC Teaming software to be able to create and manage NIC teams. However, with Windows Server 2012, NIC Teaming is built into the core operating system. So that's pretty cool because we don't have to go through a third party in order to manage the NIC Teaming. Now there are a couple of restrictions we need to be aware of. The first 2 are single root I/O virtualization and remote direct memory access. In both cases, the actual network data, the data that's going to be sent out across the network, is going to be taken and placed straight on the network cards. And in doing so, it's going to bypass the network stack, and that's where the multiplexer driver is actually sitting. Now, if I bypass the multiplexer driver, which is the core part of our NIC team, there's no way for us to be able to load balance that data. Now, TCP Chimney is a little bit different in that it's going to take the network stack and it's going to put the network stack straight on the network card. So once again, no way for us to get that little multiplexer driver into that network stack, so there's no way with TCP Chimney for us to take advantage of load balancing. Now, wireless LAN and Bluetooth network adapters are not supported, but they're also not going to provide the network speed that we're looking for. So it's not really a big deal that wireless LAN and Bluetooth adapters are not supported. Now, NICs of different speed, let's say a 1 gigabit network card and a 100 megabit network card, can be part of the same NIC team, but it's not supported by Microsoft, but yes, it does actually work. What's going to happen is we really run at the slower speed. So that 1 gigabit adapter, we're not going to be able to take full advantage of its capabilities as far as network speed goes. So it's better for us to buy 2 or more network adapters that both run at the same speed, preferably at the gigabit speed or higher, so that we can maintain that fast throughput. So there's a little bit of an idea about what NIC Teaming is. So now we're going to go in and we're going to look at how we can enable and configure NIC Teaming in Windows Server 2012. So let's get started.